Welcome to Cap Class on the Pinpool Network. I'm your host, Shane Gorson, joined by the resident cap nerd, my co-host, Jim Conklin, here to bring you what the people want, NFL salary cap and contract lessons and analysis with a Philadelphia Eagles emphasis.
So for this very introductory episode, kind of brief one, we're going to take a moment to just introduce ourselves and the show before we get into any actual topics. So let me share my screen here because, logos are great. So Shane, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself here as we kind of start this off?
I've been an Eagles fan, mostly Eagles and Flyers are kind of what I follow in Philly my whole life. For work, I schedule those annoying commercials that you listen to while you're in the radio, driving home from the game. That's me. I am so sorry.
Blame him.
Outside of work, you'll find me on Twitch under the Punderdome, streaming games. I do music with this guy as well. We have a band called Civil Holdup, and I also do a lot of video editing for said band. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Nice. So sort of similarly to Shane, I'm obviously an Eagles fan. Be weird to do this and not be one. I haven't always necessarily been an Eagles fan. When I was a little kid, I liked a couple different teams and bounced around a little bit. I was a Chargers fan for a little while. I was a Buccaneers fan for a little while. I'm sorry.
49ers until they decided to, we don't
need to talk about that. But probably the last decade or more, I've been an Eagles fan. Have generally, so I'm a teacher, and obviously a musician, and I'm into music, and I'm a big cap nerd. I have been for probably over a decade as well. Got into just following the salary cap and trying to understand the numbers behind it and plan things, and have done off-season simulations and run communities of doing mock off seasons and that kind of thing. And I've been doing that for a long time, and kind of progressively learning more and more about how the salary cap works, and have become sort of a big time nerd about it. So that's why we're here to share a little bit.
So to break down the show, our ultimate goal is basically to bridge the gap between what a average NFL fan, that's me, their knowledge of how the salary cap works, and just kind of shed some light on how great teams become elite teams by utilizing the cap.
Nice. That is the hope. I think, I think definitely with this show, we want to keep things brief with our episodes. I don't know that anybody wants to regularly listen to 2 hours on the salary cap. Shout out to the Patreons who listened to 2 hours of salary cap on a show I did for with Shane and Johnny not long ago. Different Shane. But yeah, our goal, I think, is to keep these episodes really, really brief and very specific, right? Covering certain topics for each episode, whether that be some bit of contract rules, or how the salary cap works in a certain way, or news specific to the Eagles. So we might be covering vet salary benefit contracts, retirement rules, cap increases, pre or post June 1st rules, practice squad salaries, et cetera, right? All sorts of different individual episodes about those sorts of topics to try to be a resource for people, even non-Eagles fans, about how these different things work. And then also to do some Eagles specific contract information and episodes, like our very first real episode that'll be coming up on Jordan Davis and his contract extension. So yeah, I think that's I guess the goal of what we're going to be doing here.
Yeah, be sure if there's any specific topics you'd like us to cover in the comics, please let us know, and we'll have episodes about them. But that's more or less what this show is about. This was our intro episode, and we're about to get right into it for Jordan Davis next episode. So thank you for attending class on the Pinpool Network. Consider subscribing to the Eagles Film Room Patreon to support the Pinpool Network and to gain access to more great content. For Jim Conklin, I'm Shane Gorson. See you next class.
Brace the rudders! Raise the sails! Raise the sails!
Captain, an unidentified ship is approaching. Over.
Roger. Wait, is that an Enterprise sales solution?
Reach sales professionals, not professional sailors. With LinkedIn ads, you can target the right people by industry, job title, and more. Start converting your B2B audience today. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started today at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.